Good morning, everyone on the Zoom. How you doing? Happy Thursday. We got less than a minute. Make sure we got all of you guys. Hope you guys are ready for a burner. It's gonna be good.
Good morning.
Good morning, Patty. I saw you just logged on.
Yes, good
All right, guys,
morning.
it is time. We're going to get started with your warm-up. We have total body extensions, knee huggers with that hip rotation, squats with a twist, and your side lunges. All right, we have an AMRAP workout today for you guys for leg day. It is going to be 3 AMRAPs. Each one is going to be 3.5 minutes long. We have each AMRAP has 5 exercises in each. 10 is the magic number. You're going to have 15 seconds to transition between each. Once we get through all 3, we're going to go back to the top and do the same thing again. So you're going to have more than one option, more than one time to get it good. So we're going to start with that first one. We have our whiteouts. So these are like a pop squat. However, you are still squatting in that center. And remember, it's a narrow squat and then a normal squat. So make sure you're not jumping out too wide. And then it's going to be 10 total. If you need to get out of those, then speed skaters will be that alternative. Then we have 10 total cross balance lunges. You can have a weight there. And then you're going to step back. And remember, kind of like you're curtsying, but remember everyone's range of motion is going to be a little bit different. If you're at home, you can use your bag, but make sure that knee stays over that ankle and it stays directed forward, that it doesn't tilt off to the side. And it's 10 total, 5 each side. Sprinters will be that alternative. And then we have touchdown squats. So these, make sure your arms stay straight, your shoulders are pulled back, and your chest stays up, and you're sitting back in those heels, getting nice and deep. Once your chest starts dropping, or if your arms start bending and you're struggling there, that's all right. Bring it into some total body extensions for that modification, but you're going to do 10 total. Then we have 10 each side donkey kicks. You're going to be in a quadruped position on the ground. Flex that ankle 90 degrees in the knee, and notice how the sole of the shoe is facing the ceiling by the time she drives that heel up. Think of punching a hole into the ceiling with your heel and squeeze that glute. Don't let that leg turn out. Keep it directed straight up. And then that'll be 10 each side, 20 total. Then we have 10 narrow squats for that last exercise of AMRAP number 1. So remember, no more than 6 inches. You want to be 3 to 6 inches apart. So nice and narrow, sitting back in those heels, coming up, keeping that chest up. Make sure those knees don't go forward towards the toes. If you need to take them out of those, you can go into your cross-country skiers. But AMRAP number 2, we have sumo. You can also use your weighted bag, guys. Then we have sumo squats for that second AMRAP. So knees and toes turned out at 45. Make sure they don't buckle inward, and you're sitting down as deep as you can in that range of motion, pushing through the heels, squeeze the glutes. You can use your bag or a weight here, or you can go body weight, and then keeping that chest up. Your modification will be cross-body mountain climbers. And then we have 10 total slider or regular side lunges, starting with the sliders at home if you have something as well. So if you're doing the sliders, your stationary leg is doing the bending. Your sliding leg is nice and straight. Keep that heel on the ground of that stationary leg and push through the heel. You're going to do 5 one side, and then you're going to do 5 the other. Otherwise, you can step it out. If you're doing the regular side lunge with that step, the stepping leg is going to be your lunging leg. And then the stationary leg will be nice and straight, pushing through that heel and coming up. Make sure you keep your chest up. And then 10 shoe touches will be your alternative. Then we have power skips, 10 each side, 20 total. So driving that back knee up, keep that core tight, use those arms to help give you some momentum. You can take the jump out and just do that extension up on the ball of the foot, or you can keep that foot flat and just drive that knee. And then you're going to do 10 on the other side, and then we have 10 each side fire hydrants. So again, you're in that quadruped position like you were for the donkey kicks. Flex that ankle. You can do these straight legs like Teresa's showing, and you're squeezing that outer glute. Keep your other knee directly under the hip, and then you'll do 5 the other side. Or you can have your knee bent, flexing that ankle and squeezing that outer glute again, opening up those hips. And then we have reverse lunges for that last option, or that last exercise on AMRAP number 2. So keeping those those feet hip width apart, you can have your bag or a weight, and you're pushing through the front heel, driving that back knee onto the ground, keeping that chest up, and Heisman's will be your alternative, but you have 10 total. And then we have AMRAP number 3 with those stationary lunges on the right, so you can have a weight for these. Notice how, again, her knee in the front is not completely extending. She's keeping it soft, pushing through the front heel, keeping that chest up, and squeezing those glutes. And then high knees will be that alternative. Then we have 10 glute bridges on your back, or if you have something at home, if you want to elevate it here in the gym, you can elevate on that box. But whether you're on the ground or not, I want your toes directed up to the ceiling. Dig those heels into the ground. You're squeezing your glutes. The glutes is what's bringing you up, and you have your core tight to protect that lower back. And you're lifting all the way up to the shoulder blades, remember, and don't completely drop the hips down on the ground. You can also do 5 each side, one leg if you want to as well, but flex that foot and think of driving the heel to the ceiling. Then we have leg lifts as an alternative there, and then we're going into those 10 stationary lunges on the left. Same thing as the right side. You can do them body weight as well if you need to, but drive that back knee down, push through the front heel, and then lateral fast feet will be that alternative. Then we have deadlifts, so you're going to grab 2 weights or your weighted bag at home. You're going to hinge up the hips, think of tapping the wall behind you with those glutes, and then squeeze the glutes, push through those heels as you come up. Keep that back nice and flat, shoulders pulled back. You can also use that weight. You can hold it up to your chest, or you can also do your total body extensions without a weight at home if you don't have a weight. And then we have 10 speed squats. Last but not least, remember, do not lock those knees when you come up. They're staying about 90% of the way, 80% of the way, and then you're coming down, pushing through those heels. Do them as quick as possible without breaking form. That modification will be that heel crunch, that alternating heel touch crunch. All right, guys, we are going to get started with, thank you, with our birthdays first. We have 3 burpee birthdays coming up that we're going to start with. We have for Claudia, Luisa, and Carla. Happy birthday to all 3 of you ladies. On the count of 3, we're going to do birthday burpees for them. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Claudia, and happy birthday, Luisa, and happy birthday, Carla. Woo! Now that heart rate is up, that blood is starting to pump. We're going to get started with that AMRAP number 1 with our whiteouts. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Leg day. Thursday, I want you guys really focusing on range of motion today. You have 3.5 minutes to get through those 5 exercises as much as you can without breaking form. On these cross balance lunges, keep that chest up. Make sure that knee doesn't tilt off to the side. You want to keep it over that ankle. So kind of, if you need to kind of experiment on figuring out where you should reach that back leg. And then remember, on those touchdowns, you want to keep those shoulder blades pulled back, arms straight, do not bend those elbows. Think of plugging your fingers up into the sky. How are we doing at home? Good. Keep those elbows as straight as possible. Keep that chest up, shoulders back. After those touchdowns, you're going into those donkey kicks, 10 each side. So 10 on the left, 10 on the right. You want to keep that knee 90 degrees. Your other knee is on the ground. There you go. Oh. And make sure you guys don't arch your backs as you're driving that donkey kick. You want to keep a nice, strong, neutral spine. Engage that core. Just focus on the glute. Flex that foot. And keep that knee 90 degrees. Good. All right, you guys are at your 90-second mark. How we doing at home? Back on those whiteouts. Some of you, we got some speed squatters. Ooh, we got some glute bridges. Keep it up. Nice job, guys. Teresa's doing those speed skaters as that alternative for those whiteouts, if you need to do those. And then sprinters will be that modification for those cross balance lunges if you need to. Total body extensions will be the next one if you need to get out of those touchdown squats. Remember on those whiteouts, guys, those squats are a normal squat when you jump out. Don't make them too wide. You want them hip width apart. Don't let that weight round that shoulder forward as you're holding it. Keep those shoulder blades back. Chest up, core engaged. Very good, you guys. Keep it up. Keep getting that full range of motion. You can even add a weight to your donkey kick if you would like to. Resting it right there on the back of the knee. If you want to give a little extra oomph. Keeping that form, keeping that foot flexed. Good, keep those arms nice and back on and straight on those touchdowns. We have 20 seconds. Watch those hips, guys. Don't let that leg flare open. Drive that heel up, squeeze that glute on those donkey kicks. We have 10 seconds. Keep it up. We got 5. Do not stop just because that timer is getting down. Get that last rep. And that is time. All right, we got 15 seconds. We are getting into our sumo squats, our second AMRAP. Sumo squats are crossbody mountain climbers if you need to get out of those squats. Get ready in 3, 2, 1. So you have a few options here in the gym. Make sure if you're having that kettlebell, don't let those shoulders round. Keep those shoulders back. At home, you either have your weighted bag or if you have a dumbbell, you can hold it like Teresa. But whatever you guys are holding, I want you to get in that full range of motion, dropping all the way down. Don't drop the chest, drop the booty. After that, you have your slider or regular side lunges, or that modification will be the 10 total shoe touches. Remember, if you're using the slider, that leg is straight, that's sliding. The stationary leg is the one that's lunging. If you're doing the step out lunge version, then the leg that's stepping out is the leg that is bending. After those lunges, you have power skips, 10 each side, 20 total. Keep it up, guys. You're down your first minute. There we go. Really contract that core, get some height, explode out of those power skips, guys. Keep it up, keep it up. Woo! All right, after those power skips, you have 10 each side of those hydrants. You can either do a straight leg or a bent knee. So remember these on those hydrants, you have 2 options. You can either keep that knee bent or you can have that leg straight. Either way, flex that ankle and squeeze that outer glute. You guys are heading into your 90-second mark. Good job at home, you guys. Awesome job. All of you guys, good job here in the gym. Keep it up. I want you to start thinking about where you are in this AMRAP right now. Where do you want to be? We have those crossbody mountain climbers, as you can see, as an alternative for those sumos. Keep it coming. If you're on those reverse lunges, if you need to get into Heisman's, you can get into Heisman's. Those shoe touches will be instead of those sliders. Keep it up, guys. We got 60 seconds on that clock. Without breaking your form and sacrificing form, where do you want to be in the next 45 seconds? Remember, form and range of motion first. Challenge yourself. Don't cut yourself short. Don't cut that form short. We got 30 seconds and we're on AMRAP number 3. Keep it coming, guys. Keep that chest up, shoulder blades pulled back. Where are we at here at home? We got some power skips going on, some side lunges. Stay with it here in the gym. I see you. Keep it up, guys. We got 10 seconds. You want to get into those Heisman's instead of those lunges. Keep it up. We got 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we're going into AMRAP number 3. We are starting with those stationary lunges on the right leg, or high knees will be your modification there if you need to take out the lunge. We have 3, 2, go. Keeping that chest up. Drive that back knee down. Remember, don't lock that front knee. You're doing 10 total here on just the right side first. Then you're going into those glute bridges. Remember, you can do those a few different ways. You can have it elevated. You can have it on the ground. You can do one leg. Regardless, I want your heels directed up to the sky. Dig those heels into the ground. And if you're doing that one leg, you want to flex that ankle. Think of pressing that whole bottom of your foot up to the sky. Then you're going into that left stationary lunge. Make sure you even it out. Keep it up. Nice job, you guys. Remember that fit body focus. The difference between what you have and what you want is simply what you do. If you continue to cut corners or be like, I'm not gonna grab that weight today, or I'm not gonna work out today, or I'm gonna half do it, then you're only gonna get half of your goals, if that. You may not even fully reach your goals because you're not allowing yourself to. You're holding yourself back. Do not hold yourself back. You guys are all better than that. We know it. You need to know it too. You guys are down your first minute and a half. We have 2 minutes left of AMRAP number 3. So after those deadlifts, you guys have those speed squats or those heel touch crunches if you need to. Teresa's on that leg lift. It's that alternative instead of those glute bridges. So keep it up, guys. Remember, on those deadlifts, don't let those shoulders round. Really pull them back. Engage that core. Come up through those glutes. Good. Keep it up. Almost there. We're heading into that last minute. All right, we got 60 seconds, your final minute. Then we're going to be going back to that first AMRAP. Teresa's on those heel touch crunches, that alternative for those speed squats. How are we doing at home? Remember on those, if those deadlifts, if you need to take out that weight, you have your total body deadlift extension. So you want to make sure, just like a deadlift, you're hinging at the hips, not bending those knees like a squat. There will be a soft bend, but it's all in the glutes and that posterior chain. Here we go. We got 20 seconds, guys. Focus on that form. Keep those shoulders back. We're down to 10 seconds. Don't let that timer speed you up to where your form breaks. Get these last reps. And that's time. All right, we're going back to AMRAP number 1. Here we go. We're going back to those wideouts or those speed skaters as that alternative. We have 5 seconds. Get ready. We got 3, 2, 1. So remember, you're squatting in the center, and as you jump out into that normal squat, narrow squat, normal squat. Do not jump super wide, guys. Keep it hip width apart. We do not want to jump into a wide squat. Then we have those cross balance lunges, or you can go on your backs for sprinters if you need to get out of those legs. You have 10 total. Remember, this is your last time on this AMRAP, so really make it count. Don't let speed and the idea of an AMRAP cause you to break form or not get the best out of this workout. Keep those arms nice and straight. Think of plugging those fingertips into the sky and pull those shoulder blades back. And engage that core. It's going to help as you fight to keep those shoulder blades back and those arms straight. Don't let those elbows bend, guys. Then you have those donkey kicks. Remember, whatever knee's on the ground, keep that knee directly under the hip. Don't let it tilt inward. Flex that ankle, guys. Think of touching the sole of your shoe. Right up, press it right up against the ceiling. You have 10 one side, 10 the other. Flex that ankle, guys, flex it. There you go. Think heel first. Lead with the heel. Keep it coming. Good, guys. Then you have, after those donkey kicks, you have those narrow squats or that cross-country skier as that alternative. Keep it coming. Guys, we got 90 seconds on that clock. Think about where you are in your AMRAP. Where is a challenging but achievable, accurate, measurable spot that you could be at when you end? And I want you to strive to get there. Remember those speed squats. Don't lock, or those narrow squats. Keep those feet nice and narrow. Keep your arms up nice and high on those touchdowns. You also have those total body extensions as an alternative. We got under a minute right here. Woo! Here we go. Stay with it. Set that bar high. You got those cross-country skiers instead of narrow squats. You have those speed skaters instead of whiteouts. At home, keep those arms nice and straight. Don't let those elbows start to bend in those touchdowns. You got it. Pull those shoulder blades back. Everything you got on these last exercises of AMRAP number 1, you have 18 seconds. Focus, focus, focus. Don't distract your mind with doubts and limiting beliefs. Distract your mind with form. You got this. You got 3, 2, and that's time. You are done with AMRAP number 1. We're going back to AMRAP number 2, starting with those sumo squats. We have sumo squats or cross-body mountain climbers, and then we're going into those slider regular side lunges or 10 total shoe touches, and go. All right, you're down 1. We're on to the next. Make sure those knees don't go over those toes on those sumos. Adjust your stance if you need to. Make sure your knees and toes are turned about 45 degrees. All right, you are already down in 30 seconds. Really get that depth, guys. Really sit back into that leg for that stationary lunge. Don't start cutting off that range of motion just because your legs are tired or burning. You want to embrace that burn. Stay there. There we go. You got this. Everyone's on those power skips, it looks like, just about. Here we go, guys. Keep it up. You are down more than a minute into this second AMRAP. Remember, on those fire hydrants, you can have your knee bent. You can have it straight. Either way, flex that ankle and open up those hips. Think of like a door, a hinge of a door. You're opening it up. Squeeze that outer glute. Keep your other leg down on the ground directly under those hips. So don't let that knee tilt inward. Really think about where it's at. You got it, guys. Exhale as you squeeze that glute. And you peel it open. Fight for that range. You got it. Guess what, guys? We're heading into that 90-second marker. We're almost done with this second AMRAP. You have Heisman's as that alternative if you need to instead of those lunges. You have those cross-body mountain climbers instead of those sumo squats. Stay with it. Keep that chest up. Shoulder blades pulled back. Core engaged. You got it. That's it. Keep driving that back knee down on those lunges. Push through those heels. Make sure that weight, as we're starting to get tired, don't let that weight pull those shoulders forward. Fight that urge. Get that depth. You got it, guys. We have under a minute. You have exactly 48 seconds on that clock. Keep it up. Remember, you can take out that jump out of that power skip. You can also bring it up to that extension onto the ball of the foot and take out that jump. Get nice and deep, guys, in those side lunges. I'm watching you. Don't start cutting off your range of motion and cutting corners because you're tired or because you want to get to a certain point just to finish. And I'd rather you get less through that AMRAP and better reps, better form. Sit back in that heel. You have 10 seconds, and we are on to AMRAP number 3. Finish strong. Here we go. We got 3, 2, and that is time. We got 15 seconds. We're going into the third AMRAP, starting with those 10 stationary lunges on the right leg, or you have those high knees. Here we go. We got 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This is it. You have exactly 3.5 minutes of your workout, and you are done for the morning. That's 3.5 minutes of opportunity used or missed. And the only difference between that is you and your choices that you make. So back to that fit body focus, the difference between what you want and what you have. What you have and what you want is simply what you do. So what are you going to do? What choices are you going to make in the next 3 minutes? Are you going to choose to go that full range of motion and suck it up? Or are you going to choose to cut corners just because it burns a little bit? Don't let your head get the best of you. Mind over matter. You got this, guys. After those deadlifts, you've got those speed squats. Remember, if you need to take the weight out of those deadlifts, you can do the total body extension ones. Keep those speed squats nice and soft in those knees. You also have those heel touch crunches as that alternative. Good. Keep those shoulder blades pulled back on those deadlifts, guys. Very good. You guys got 2 minutes. That's it. Keep those shoulder blades pulled back on those deadlifts. Don't bend those knees too much. It's a soft bend just to naturally, they want to bend a little bit as you go down with those weights, but it's not a squat. You have those lateral fast feet instead of that stationary lunge on the left leg if you need to. But we have 90 seconds, guys. Keep that chest up at home. You got it. Keep those arms up in those laterals. Don't let them flop around. You got this. Stay with it, guys. Woo! Awesome. Drive those hips up. Squeeze those glutes. You got it, guys. Remember, you're lifting up to that shoulder blade on those glute bridges. Dig those heels down to that box or into the ground and keep that core tight. You have 60 seconds, and we are done. Officially, completely done. Keep that weight in those heels on those stationary lunges. Engage that core. Drive that heel into the ground. Nice work, you guys. You all have been killing it this morning. You showed up and you're conquering so far. I want you to conquer this last 28 seconds. Keep that back nice and flat on those deadlifts. Think of pushing that chest out towards the ground, pulling those shoulder blades together as you go down. We have 10 seconds. What are you going to do with it? Don't slow down now. 10 seconds doesn't mean to stop or slow down. It just lets you know you got to really dig deep into those reps. And that is time. You guys are done. Good job. Nice work. We are going to go ahead and stretch. Get into that extended lunge. Lean into that front leg, squeezing the glutes behind you. You can raise your arms up if you want a deeper stretch. Nice work, you guys. Way to hustle and stay focused. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and switch sides. Word of the day for you guys at home is going to be anchor. Anchor. You want to anchor yourself down in your why, in your goals, and who you are. And don't take no for an answer. Don't cut corners. You want to anchor yourself down and fight through it when the going gets tough. You can get into that hurdler stretch there, like Teresa, reaching down for that foot. At home tomorrow, you guys are going to need a weighted bag or dumbbells. You also are going to need a towel or resistance bands, and you also are going to need a stable surface. So make sure you guys have that for tomorrow. Switch sides on that hurdler stretch. And everyone keep continuing to do that July 5th Body Charity, checking in on Facebook every 25. We provide 15 minutes to the Humane Society International to help fund the combat against animal cruelty. Awesome job, you guys. Once again, happy birthday again to Claudia, Luisa,